buzzing with excitement to share this next project with you, and I am so glad you are here to join me. I'm Julia with Julia Sue's Stamping. I'm passionate about stamping, coloring, paper crafting, creating cards, and sharing the fun of doing all of those things with you. I'm from Northeast Ohio, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Let's get started. The stamp that we're using, the stamp set that we're using, is the Be My Valentine, which is fantastic for Valentine's, obviously, because that's in the name, and it does have a Happy Valentine's Day stamp in it. But this is also fantastic for any time of the year. It's got great sentiments and a fun little bee that you can create that is good all year round. As well, it has a cute punch that goes with it. It coordinates, making your little bee body or even a sentiment balloon. You can do the wings or lots of hearts. You can make flowers with these hearts as well. This is for the antenna or a small heart. In other words, do you. Also coordinating with all of this are designer series paper that are absolutely beautiful. Has so many different designs with it, very colorful and fun to use. I love these stripes. Yellow gingham with cute little bees, smaller bees with flowers, and a fantastic honeycomb. It all starts off with a Daffodil Delight base, which has been cut to be 8.5 inches by 5.5, then scored at 4.25. The second piece of Daffodil Delight is 4 3/4 by 3.5, so it's much smaller, as you can see. What we're going to do is we are going to stamp. Because these are photopolymer stamps, I want to have a cushion underneath it because there's no rubber underneath here. I'm going to be using my paper piercing mat because that gives a real nice cushion, and I know I'm going to go off the paper for this, so I'm going to use my grid paper to help me keep from making a mess on my work surface. Using Memento ink and inking up the pad, I'm going to put a few honeycombs on here in some different places, just randomly. And I try to angle them in different ways. Let's make sure it's on there. I'm angling them in different ways so it shows up underneath my next layer. All right, so just to keep from making a mess, I'm going to close that up. And I don't think I need the grid paper for anything else, so I'm going to set it aside. Now, oh, I like that. That looks really great. So I'm going to adhere that using some liquid glue. And placing it down onto the card base. The next layer that I have is a black sheet that I have cut to be 3 by 3. And on top of that, I'm going to put a little piece of the designer series paper with the cute little bees on it, and this piece is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I'm going to angle the black piece on this bottom of the Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to use a little bit of adhesive on here, and then I'm going to angle it just a little bit so it's on there, and then the next piece I'm going to put on straight again. Put some adhesive down and lift it up, putting it down. All right. Very good. Okay, so I am going to be I have a 10-inch piece of a coordinating a sweet sorbet ribbon that has a little bit of a white behind it. And when I put it down, I'm going to have it zigzag like this, right across there. I'm going to lay that down with a little piece of tape. So now it's going to keep its shape and it's going to stay where I want it. Next, I have a Daffodil Delight bee body that I have already punched out of the, with the punch, I've punched it out and I'm going to stamp it with the black ink, the Memento Tuxedo black ink, and the bee body stripes and the stinger. And then the face I want to use is a very happy one. He's so happy his eyes are kind of closed. I have wings that I punched out of the pink, out of a pretty pink, petal pink, I don't remember. And I'm going to stamp the wing image onto those. The photopolymer is so great because I can see right through and exactly know where I am putting my ink. And then I'm going to layer on top of that the vellum pieces so it really will look cool with the kind of like, you know, extra wings on my little guy. And I'm going to put them on either side of my bee, offsetting the vellum on the pink just a little bit. So you can see on this one I'm going to have it kind of go off like this, and then on the other one it will be the opposite. So I'm using a little bit of Scotch tape behind the pink and the vellum, putting it on to the bee body. You can see how I have it offset. I'm going to do the same thing but kind of going the opposite way with the other wings. And then place that behind the bee as well. So now the bee has two wings, two sets of wings. Now all the bee needs is some antennas. So I'm going to use the little heart and the antenna stamp. Stamp the antenna onto the little heart. And just a tiny piece of tape this time onto the back of the antenna heart and onto the bee. Ta-da! And the bee is all done. I'm going to move the ink now. Put some dimensionals behind the bee. Let's see, I've reached the end of this packet, but I don't want to waste it, so I'm going to snip with my paper snips on the edge so I have another dimensional to use on there. Oh, I've got the backing stuck to my finger. Okay. Then the bee goes right on top of where I have the tape, where that ribbon was. I'm going to cut the ribbon just a little bit so it's a pretty angle. There. Oh, how cute is that? Now I'm going to stamp the sentiment right here. And the sentiment I'm using on this one is the Love You sentiment. So bringing out that ink one more time. And stamping Love You down on the bottom. Perfect. How cute is this card? I love it. It is so sweet. Now my little guy keeps sticking up here, so I think I'm going to put another dimensional behind him. And I think I will use a little piece here. This is small, and I'm going to take the backing off. Try it again. Now I'm going to put the dimensional behind the head, and now, oh, that's nice and tight. Good. Yay! Oh, I'm so excited. Cute bee, cute card, all ready to go. Thank you so much for joining me here today, and please give the video a thumbs up. Be sure you subscribe to the channel, and hey, if you're interested in any of the details for the products used in this card, they're listed down below in the description. Thanks for joining me. Bye.